Hey guys, what's going on? So I guess we could just go into it, right? How's everybody doing today? Good. All right. Here we go. Questions. All right. Mark, simply, can you explain the do's and don'ts of manifesting or creating your life? Hey, I like that. That's pretty straightforward. I think this is a good topic too. Uh, do's and don'ts, because you have to know the laws. Okay. So the first do's is that you have to understand that we live in two worlds that exist simultaneously. We live in a physical, constructed world of thoughts and feelings and vibration, which creates dense form of what we call reality. Second world is the non-physical world where those energy forces they're in a non-material form and they're already there as an actual event. That's the do's. I think I'll do the do's and the don'ts in manifesting. So we'll stick with the do's, then we jump to the don'ts. Okay, so once you do know that, next thing you do focus on stuff you want to create. You do visualize a lot. Okay, you do put feelings out that make you feel good. So far, so good. You do keep the vision of whatever you want in a consistent manner. Next thing, when it comes to creating your work that you want to do, you must always keep this is very important right here. You must always keep in mind that your senses aren't the whole picture. You don't trust your senses at all times. Now let's go into some of the don'ts. Talk about senses. Do not trust your senses all the time because your senses can only see a little bit of stuff happening to create what you want. So when you want to get to that level to create what you want, you have to get to the point where you're practically ignoring your senses for evidence. That is for evidence. Okay? Because if you're looking for evidence, and this is one of the don'ts, here's another don't you want to do when you manifest. Don't look for evidence. If you're looking for evidence, you're going to create doubt. Because the evidence of what you want to create is not in the physical yet. The evidence will start to come from the non-physical. Matter of fact, get even deeper than you. If you stop looking for evidence, guess what you'll see? All you'll ever see is results. Stop looking for evidence and you only see results. Means manifestation. When you look for evidence, it's going to slow your manifestation down. Why is evidence going to slow my manifestation? Because evidence is in the conscious logical mind. Results are in the creative mind. Okay? Do's. Another do you got to remember. Your thoughts create your entire life. So do keep aware of what you're thinking at all times. Okay? What else? Your feelings create your entire life. Your emotions create your entire life. Do keep track of how you feel. Do keep track of what you say. These things create your entire life. Okay, the next one. Do not. Do not try to figure out how it's going to work out. Do not try to figure out how it's going to come to you. Do not try to figure out when it's going to come to you. When you're going to create something, or we call manifest something, if you start to entertain those things, you take yourself out of the creative mind and now you're stuck in a logical mind. So you may ask, well, man, what's wrong with me trying to figure out how, when, or what type of way my desires are going to come to me? What's wrong with that? A whole bunch of stuff is wrong with that. Number one is, most likely, our desires, they never come in the way we particularly see them. They come even better. They come in an untold way that you would never imagine. Sometimes they come in a way you see them. I will say this. Predominantly, the major time your desires come the way you see them is if you're manifesting the lottery. Because the lottery is a straightforward process. You visualize, you buy your ticket, and you win the money, and blah, blah, blah. You go on with your life. Even sometimes then, it usually comes that way, but sometimes, you could play the lottery and you could get your lottery win from something else. Maybe some kind of prize or somebody give you or whatever. It could be an inheritance, it could be a job, or idea, whatever. But I'm just showing you that's pretty much the only time you have a straightforward means. Even then you could change up. But for overall everything else in your life, you don't want to figure out how. So that's number one. Number two, the reason why how, when, and the time and all that stuff is because in your regular mind, you're only going to see a little bit of what's possible for you. And that little bit of what's possible for you is not going to be enough to satisfy what you want. And then you're going to get doubt, and then you're going to get depressed, and then you're going to get down, and then creeps in the number one killer of all desires and manifestation is the doubt machine. And then you start to doubt. And remember, the doubt is what? Doubt is a part of your consciousness. Doubt is a part of what? The creation. So when you doubt, you're going to create a doubtful world. When you're abundant, you're going to create an abundant world. The two minds, here's what you do now. The two minds that exist, one of them is the abundant mind, or one of them is the doubting mind. Can you guess which is which? I can tell you this much. You operate during the day, you operate about 70% in the doubting mind. Yeah. That's called the BETA, beta state in your conscious mind. However, when you become enlightened, you can operate in the creative mind 90%, and you can eliminate the doubting mind by not focusing on it. The creative mind is when you start to accept and expect that you are automatically a winner in everything you do, and everything that you say must come to be, and that the universe is always in your favor, and you were born to create, you were born to get what you want. You don't see failure, you only see feedback. You never lose, you just experience feedback. If you start to adopt that state of mind, you become a creative genius. You start to manifest things like super fast. Why does that work, someone asked me. Well, all the world is mental. The world is not a physical world. If the world is mental, it must mean that my consciousness is deriving or putting out must become what we call physical world. So if you're a person that gets up every day and you're just thinking positive and you're thinking like things are always going to work out in your favor, even if you can't see evidence of it, I can guarantee you it will work out in your favor. Those are the do's of manifesting. The don'ts of manifesting. Stop doubting. Stop worrying. Stop fearing. Stop trying to figure out how. Stop trying to figure out when. Stop comparing yourself to other people. See those? Those are the don'ts. Stop talking negative to yourself. Stop the self-chatter in the head. Those things will derail your manifestation. Nothing comes into your reality without your awareness or your approval, whether consciously or subconsciously. And the do's: start to learn your subconscious mind. The don't: stop trying to live in your ego mind. The do's: start to learn to communicate with your higher self. The don'ts: stop listening to what people tell you that you should do or you shouldn't do, or what you're good at or what you're not good at. Only you know what you want, and only you have the vision to see it and manifest it. Those people do not have that. That's why it's given to you. Does that make sense? So when you want to, if you want to step this game up and become this like highly conscious, elevated being, you have to live in the creative mind, and that's the subconscious mind. You have to learn the language of your subconscious mind. You got to learn the habits of your subconscious mind. You have to know how to program your subconscious mind, and you have to learn how to ignore certain aspects of reality that don't serve you. Once you start to do those things, you become elevated. Your vibration automatically raises. So it's like you'll have a level of a vibration that will always put you in spots to get good things happening in your life. You'll always be that person that they call get lucky. See that? Why this guy always so lucky? Why this guy always get this stuff? Because he's a master of the mind game. He's a mentalist. He's the mentalist of, it's like mentalist gymnastics. This person is just creating their world within their world. It's the subconscious is your doer and your assistant. Your ego is your punisher and your doubter. So you got to do these are things that you must understand. So what else? Some more do's and don'ts. Okay, now to create anything, we have to have understanding of stuff. So here's the do. You have to understand what you are and how you're made of. Okay, so that's very, very important, man. People don't know understand how they come into the world. They think, oh, I was born. My mom conceived me and I was born. No. I'm going deeper than that. I'm not talking about that. That's just an illusion. That's not what happened. I'm talking about the core components of you. What are you made of? Oh, Mark, I'm made of tissue, bone, flesh, heart, lungs. I'm athletic. I can run fast. I'm slim. I'm petite. I'm pretty. I'm handsome. No, man. That's not what you are. Who are you? Oh, my name is Mark Houghton. No. That's not you. So the biggest step to manifest anything, I take my shades off so you can see me and you can see what I'm about to say to you. The biggest thing that you are is, you ready for this one? You are NOTHING. You are nothing, and you are everything, all at the same time. You are a quantum wave form of conscious intelligence that's masking itself as Mark. That's what you are. Don't be fooled by your limitations here. You're in a limited 3D world that is designed to make you feel limited. How do you explain wanting to win big from cryptocurrency to the universe? All in your higher self. You can go to your higher self and ask anything. And what is the higher self? Remember I just said what you are. You are this quantum wave form of conscious intelligence. That's your true form. That's your higher self. Your higher self is the field of all information. In spiritual terms, a lot of you guys, you know it as what? The Akashic Records. That has all the knowledge of every single being's intelligence. Not only human beings, but different beings. Any intelligence that has consciousness, you have the knowledge of that. So that means you have alien knowledge. You could pick up information from aliens. from other civilizations, from other beings. Because if they're conscious and they're intelligent, you're connected to that field as well. Nothing escapes the field. The field creates all the multiverses, all the universes. That's the field. So they don't teach stuff like this because it's so ahead of the game, and got babies like feed you with a baby spoon to get this stuff. But this is a fact now, so this is not like a theory here, guys. This is actually fact because we have the equations that show that now. We have the experiments and we have instruments that can see into the field. And for the first time in history, we can actually see most of the invisible states of reality that we couldn't see before. Okay, so we know that. And so if you want to create anything in the world, you have to go to that higher self and get in contact with your authentic self. What else? Do practice meditating. Okay, and meditation just means being chill, silent. You don't have to do 5 hours of meditation. You can just relax, sit back like this, and just let the information come to you. Do practice that. Okay, that's good. Here's the don't you don't want to do. Don't get into the egotistical way of the world. Don't listen to the lower self when it tells you stuff like it's hard, you can't, it's logical. You got to do that because most the stuff you desire or what you want to manifest, you're not going to get it from your ego, people. It's not going to come there. It's not going to manifest there. Everything you get will come from the subconscious. Okay? When your lower self, what you will do, you will influence your subconscious to create lower self stuff. So that's why you don't want to get too much into your ego, right? And you also now want to develop. Here's the do's now. So one of the most powerful emotions or states of beings that you want to manifest anything in your life. And this is the one you want to cultivate here. We all do it every day. You want to be chill. You hear somebody says, "What you doing?" "I'm just chilling." What does chilling mean to you? That nothing bothering you. I could see something over there, it ain't bothering me. See something over there? That's called the flow state. That's called the peace and neutrality state. That's the sweet spot. If you ever want to manifest stuff, that's called the sweet spot. If you get that sweet spot, man, you're going to become unstoppable. That sweet spot also ties you to the present moment. Hang on for a second. Oh, yes, I am back. Sorry. All right. So being in the present is also being in the state of peace and neutrality. So when you're in a state of peace and neutrality, you're going to always be in the present moment. So you guys see how those things, so those are some of the do's and the don'ts when you want to manifest. That's basically what I want to leave you with today. And I'll see you guys again next time.